Good afternoon. I'm back with another in the series, monthly bouquets. So this was yesterday's painting using the October Color Club from KMS. And so I'm about to create some type of floral arrangement with November. So I haven't really given it much thought. We're going to do it live together. But I've got two really beautiful pinkish red colors. That's Secret Santa and Jolly AF and Stocking Stuffer. So these are definitely giving me bright, big floral ideas. And this blue is perfect for berries. Maybe a wish list is going to be the centers of my florals. I can see some branches with that oh dear brown. And then this golden color, it's called Glitzen. I really want to use it. It's so pretty. So I'm going to start with one of these colors. I think I'm going to go for a purple rose today. So Stocking Stuffer will be the rose. Wake it up a little bit. I'm going to use my round 4 for everything in this painting. I think this one takes a little time to fully activate. I remember when I was swatching it, it took a little bit of time to get some color payoff, but it is really pretty. So I see it coming up now. So let's do a rose with that. And put it off to this side. Get some water, get that color flowing. Oh, Tish says, thank you for that comment. I got so in the zone there, I wasn't looking at my camera. I guess that means we deserve 2 roses here. Oh, I appreciate that. Okay, so I got 1 rose. I'll make another one down here. Let's use this super pretty pink. Since that one's kind of facing up, I'll try and make this one lean a little bit towards the bottom. It's a little bit thinner and lighter on one side. How's the view now, Tish? There we go. That's a nice angled rose. I'm going to do a little of this wish list. It's kind of a yellow ochre. And that's a pretty berry color as well, but I'm going to make that the center bits of a flower. Thank you, Lords. And we'll do Secret Santa. Pulling from that. Oh, that's a really pretty one. Thank you, Marie. Kind of get some background flowers, petals to kind of blend in. There we go. I appreciate that. And this might be where I put my branches. So let me mop up. This is a little bit too wet, so I want So add a little saturated color in the back there. There we go. Okay. I want to add blue for the berries. Let me wake up Oh Dear. Get some branches going. Okay. So let's have one sneaking out behind these two florals. Maybe a tiny branch here. Something like that. I don't know if the blue and the yellow are really going to mix well to make a green, so I'm going to test that really quickly on my palette. Sometimes we get a nice color, sometimes it's a little muddy. So let me show you what these two do. I think that's a pretty good green, definitely usable. So I'll use that mix to create some leaves right here. And here. Just to fill up some of that space. Maybe a kind of greenery branch right there. And a little here, even coming off of some of the branches. Yeah, I like that. Okay. I got this little gap situation here, so I'm going to try and have some berries, bigger berries kind of falling out. I think that's the plan for that weird little spot. And this blue is a pretty potent blue, so that'll do a good job of making it look intentional. And then I want a few of these berries to be really small, so I keep the color going. And it's not just in one place. Okay. Maybe I'll have a little piece of branch come out there. Time to go back into the brown. Okay. Thank you, DK. All right. This is pretty far up in the front on the top. So my trick yesterday, I had my flowers kind of bunched up. I made it into a little bouquet. I think I'm going to do that here. Kind of funnel it all into a few stems right here. Kind of imagining where they would be. And then include some brown down there for the branch stems, or sort of having a place for them to come together. Something like that. Almost looks intentional, right? for my bow, yesterday I had a little ribbon and a bow there. I added some gold to the leaves. Thinking I do want to use that gold somewhere. Thank you, Tish. It's just so shiny, you know. It could be its own berries. I don't want to overwhelm. So maybe I'm going to use that gold once this dries. A couple little dots in there with that gold. The green here, that's garland. That might be nice in some of the leaves. I think that would look good. And then I don't know what color my little tie, my little bow for my bouquet should be. That's a really pretty orange. I don't know if it distracts because I don't have anything orange in there already. So let's see what looks good for a bow. I think either Glitzen. We got a lot of pink going on already, so I don't want to go into the peppermint mocha. Let me add the green garland, sparkly green garland, to some leaves, and then I'll decide. I think it's pretty enough to add a few little leaves on its own. Yeah, it's a pretty green. Yeah, you like the metallic greens? I use this quite often in my holiday cards. I have one design with a little green wreath, and I use this color, and then a light sparkly blue for little berries. It looks really good together. So let's see. A little tiny one here. Yeah, I like that. Just want to add just a touch more here. Okay. You know, I don't even think it needs a bow now. With that green sparkle, I think that's all I needed. I'm pretty happy with that one. So this is the November bouquet. Jesse, you come here as a nice rest. I don't get the ending there. Oh, well, Jesse, I know. I try and use this paint session kind of as my own therapy, right? To leave work at work. I work at a high school, so I'm constantly answering questions, and I have that. And then exactly when you get home, you turn on the news or something like that, or you're scrolling the news online, and it's overwhelming its own way. So yeah, this small little 20 minutes, 15 minutes of peace, I hope it brings you peace too. And lemon cake, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I'm glad you like it. Let's get back to the colors that make us feel good, right? I love that bright bunch of color right there. And that green is stunning. That's Garland from KMS. I know it's still wet, so I don't want to completely turn the page. That was yesterday's bouquet with the October colors. And then this special little bouquet is using my favorite KMS colors. It's called Leia's Essentials. Available now. Very proud of this little collection. Those are the colors in it. I'm using this tiny little sketchbook, I think just for my KMS colors, and then going through the months or the small collections that she releases, and then doing a little quick challenge with it. Should I include the names of the colors? I mean, for me, I have the little set with the names, but when I'm showing you guys, I have to reference it. So should I just add that for your benefit? Would that be helpful to you, to see the names of her colors all in one place? Or even like at the bottom, a little quick swatch of the color and list the names, something like that. All right, Tish, I will remember your name for sure. Yeah, you'll appreciate that. Okay, I can do that for the next set and backfill them. I get it. That would be great. That's a really funny typo then. Okay, so I don't know. I think I should be able to paint tomorrow live. Hold on, Jessie's got something interesting here. She says, I want to use those natural pigment gouache one day on the wood carving ornaments you're making. Oh, very cool, to keep them plastic free. I don't know where my ornament is. I think I do know where my ornament is. Hold on. This guy. My little wood slice ornament. I posted this today over on Instagram for the wreath prompt that we had. So that's regular watercolor from Aloha Watercolor, that beautiful pigmented blue. And that was on watercolor ground. So I had that one, and I did this one live with you. So I love the idea of gouache ornaments. And thank you, Terry. You know, these paints are from Nashville. That's where KMS is home. Jessie, you said you're carving an owl, and the colors are so nice in your palettes. Thank you. Yeah, an owl. That is really cool. I don't know if you follow Allison Lionart, but whenever I think of owls and nature paintings like that, I think of her. She's done some really cool tutorials and has beautiful work. So if you haven't checked her out, I think you'd find that very inspiring. Yeah, definitely. So this will be tomorrow's palette. I've got it here, but I will write out the names of those colors, and I'll see you then. We'll paint something for December. Yeah, enjoy your day. I'll be busy planning 2 labs for tomorrow. Have a great day, everyone.